Coming to you live from the White Picket Studios in Houston, Texas, this is the Realty Ruckus. If you are in any way, shape, or form involved in the real estate industry, this is the show for you. And now, your host, Alan Hernandez.
And welcome to the Realty Ruckus out of the White Picket Realty Studios. We are here to help your business grow. I am your host, Alan Hernandez. Sitting next to me, you got your producers, Jabron Hernandez, David Bonilla, and our guest for today, our special guest for today.
Very awesome guest.
Mrs. Olga Garza. I wanted to say it just like that, too. Thank you, Olga, for joining us today.
My pleasure.
It's so much fun when you come and hang out at our office, and I never thought I'd actually have you come in and just be on the show. But I love the fact that you're here.
Thank you.
Now, I hope you understand that what happens on the show stays on the show.
And with all of our listeners.
And with all of our listeners. And I get an opportunity to put all of our guests on the hot seat at the end of the show. Meaning I get a chance to ask any and all questions regarding what your thoughts are on real estate, and our viewers get a chance to answer or ask any questions as well. So don't forget, if you're out there watching us, today is the day where you can ask any question you want. Drop your questions, comments, concerns below. We want to make sure that you guys are out there getting your questions answered by us here today, and we're gonna have a great show.
I can feel it already
today. First off, I want to start, and I always start by telling you guys a little story. I don't have a great story for you guys today. I'm sorry to disappoint. But
who says that the other stories were great?
In my mind, they are. Okay? In my mind, all of the stories that I tell you guys are amazing. But I want to tell you guys, I want to make a big announcement to our audience today. And it's a great day for us to make it now that we have Miss Olga Garza here.
Yes, huge announcement actually. This is a really big one.
So I don't even know how to do it like right now. Should I get a drum roll or something?
I feel like Brandon should have balloons behind us again.
I think we need balloons.
I think that's what we're missing.
Brandon.
We're missing balloons.
If we had balloons, I'd be happier saying this.
Yes. So as soon as we get the balloons up, then we can make the announcement, right?
Why don't we talk about how we led to this decision? Because it wasn't something that we just decided to do and just kind of just throw our name in. It was a decision that we made because we felt that there needed to be some change and representation in an organization that supports all of us.
And we have balloons. We have balloons.
We have balloons?
So you can make your announcement now, yeah. It's time for the big one, yeah.
Okay, so today at our happy hour, which by the way, we have nearly 800 RSVPs for this thing.
Yeah, this is a record. We are record breaking today.
We're breaking records today. We're going to be announcing the fact that yours truly is going to be running for our board of directors.
Woo!
Thank you guys very much.
Yeah, that's awesome, man.
I'm going to need everyone's support out there to make sure that we get a seat on this board.
That's right.
And that we can start bringing in some
Veronica
changes
Martinez says that Olga is indeed a legend.
Olga is a legend.
Yes.
What a great place. What a great place and time for me to announce this while having Olga with us.
I know. It's awesome.
How
I love
awesome
it.
is that?
It's beautiful.
Veronica, thank you so much for joining us. Actually, Veronica and I had lunch yesterday. We went out. I love it. That's what we were celebrating, how amazing it is to be in real estate. Yeah. And we were celebrating as we were cracking open a bottle of wine. It's the middle of the day. It's noon. All right,
Alan and wine in the middle of the day.
Yeah, tell us more of how you're.
Wait a minute. How does this story end here?
It's great, man. Veronica and I got a chance to hang out with one of the other loan officers from OnQ Financial, phenomenal company here in town, and we got a chance to just sit down and talk about business, how to work together, how you can grow as a company, and as we're hanging out and pouring the bottle of wine and looking out, we're at Ruggles Green over in City Center.
Oh yeah. Beautiful location.
It's the greatest place on earth, man.
Did you pick
amazing.
that place?
Of course.
Yeah. The only time anyone ever goes to Ruggles Green is when Alan suggested it.
Tell me it's not the greatest place on earth, man.
It's not the greatest place on earth.
I don't believe it.
Ruggles Green is like Disney World for Alan.
It is.
And they have bison burgers
Alan,
and greens.
You just won the lottery. What are you going to do?
They have salads and
I'm going to Ruggles Green.
They have shrimp tacos. It's amazing. I love that place. And they have a bottle of wine, which we've gotten to like a lot on the board for NAREP. It was introduced to us by Leticia.
Yes, of course.
She introduced us to a bottle of wine called Mayomi. And I don't know why it's become like just part of what everyone drinks now. And it just so happens that they serve it at Ruggles Green. So yes, it is like Disneyland for me.
Well,
Yes.
hey, man, I'm glad you
And
had a
I'm-
good time.
And by the way, I'm there every Sunday, not without a miss. I'm there every Sunday. So if you guys ever want to come hang out, you'll know where to find me. I'm at Ruggles Green on Sunday. You can hang out, have a drink,
Just a line
have
for
a bottle,
autographs?
have a bottle of wine, have a bottle of Naomi with me, and share a bison burger or whatever we're having. So anyway, we have such a good show planned out for you guys today. We're really, really excited. And not only that, we want to make sure that you guys know that tonight is our big happy hour. That starts today at 6 p.m.
We might actually have to stop people from coming in.
Well,
I'm a little worried.
It's getting to that point where we
Last
will
time we
be
didn't have to
reaching
worry because the
capacity.
rain helped us out. But
Be a
this
part of
time-
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're out there, come be a part of it. Be a part of the first time that we literally shut down St. Arnold's Brewery.
Yeah,
That'll be
we
amazing.
want St. Arnold's Brewery to start sweating bullets while our crowd is there. I love that. I can't wait.
Come thirsty.
Yeah, bring all of your thirst because we're gonna have beer, we're gonna have food.
Yeah.
All of our vendors will be there. I mean, seriously, I'm so excited for today that I'm ready to like hop in the car.
It's
and
almost like
head
we're
on
going
out.
to Ruggles.
Almost as good as Ruggles, but not quite. Anyway, guys, we have a great show planned out for you guys today. When we get back, we're going to talk about fear mongering. I actually have no clue what that means, but I'm sure I will figure that out during the commercial break and be back to you here just shortly. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. You're on the Realty Ruckus.
God. Hey everyone, this is David over at White Picket Realty, and I wanted to tell you about my friends over at Plans Express who can save you the headache of running your own permits. These guys are committed to offering a one-stop solution for all your plan and permit needs. They're proudly serving their friends and neighbors in the Houston surrounding areas, and they offer great service at an exceptional value. With dedicated professionals ready to serve, contact them today at 832-675-6217.
Hey Houston, this is Alan Hernandez, and I want to remind you guys to visit our friends over at Quest IRA to learn everything there is to learn about investing with your IRA. Now, if you haven't been over there recently, you have to check them out. They have free educational classes, networking opportunities, the ability to tap into $1 billion for your real estate investing deals. These are the guys to know when it comes to learning about this kind of stuff. You want to make sure you visit them and check them out over at www.questira.com. Again, that's questira.com.
Stop searching and start staying in the know with our Houston Real Estate Events page on Facebook. Follow us by searching at Houston Real Estate Events to stay up to date on the latest events for real estate in the Houston area. If you're interested in having your event on our page, please email me at david@whitepickettrealty.com. Again, that's david@whitepickettrealty.com. Non-paid events only. One more time, find us on Facebook at Houston Real Estate Events, and we'll see y'all at the next one.
What do you love about White Picket?
I love that we work together as a team.
I love being professional while having fun.
I love the innovative approach we take every day.
I love the support we get to grow our business.
We love White Picket.
And I love empowering the next generation of realtors to live life by their own design. If you're looking to grow, come grow with us. Email join@teamwpr.com. Again, that's join@teamwpr.com.
And we are back on Realty Ruckus. Remember that you can catch us on Facebook Live and YouTube Live, where if you chat with us during the show, we can answer your questions live on the air. Now, it's been a pretty hot week out there for the weather, but at least it hasn't been raining. David, what's it look like for us the rest of the week?
Well, we're not expecting too much more rain, maybe some isolated thunderstorms today, but it is going to be kind of hot with a high of 90 and a low of 77 tonight. And then through the rest of the week, we're just going to keep climbing into the mid-90s. So it's going to keep getting hotter and hotter. Summer is officially here, guys.
Yep, summertime in Houston. It's here.
Summertime.
And it's happening, yeah.
I love it.
Oh,
Hey,
we're going to start the line.
Karaoke, man. We've never done karaoke
we
live.
never have, but that's not a bad idea. We can always start.
It's not a bad idea at all. I like that.
Karaoke, here we go.
Before we went on break, we decided that we were going to talk about fear mongering, and I don't even know where that term came from, but I do know the strategy and tactic behind where it came from and where it comes from, and how bad it makes us realtors look out in the industry.
Yeah, absolutely. So where this actually comes from, the originating of the story is we have an agent who is our ISA. and she calls people all day long, and she lives out in this area called Eagle Springs.
Yeah.
And in the Eagle Springs, they have like these community message boards that go around. And one of the people went on there and was like, hey, has anyone else been getting these calls from one of these big name brokerages? It's actually a Keller Williams agent. I'll go ahead and say that. I won't say the agent's name because I don't know who it is.
Yeah, they didn't say.
But they've been calling people in that area. And apparently there's been a little bit of crime in Eagle Springs. There's break-ins to cars.
It's summer. Once, school let out for the summer, some kids just been around, going around burglarizing.
Nothing better to do than to steal rims and break windows and, just regular teenage kids
What
stuff.
everyone does in the summer.
Doesn't everyone do that in the summer? But the crime rates have been increasing. So this agent decided he was going to take on the I'm going to get you to sell out of fear technique.
Yeah.
So he's calling people and saying, hey, are you aware that crime in the area is rising? Some people are like, oh my gosh, is it? Yeah. And he's giving them all these statistics.
And people in that
about
community
crime.
are very aware of the incidents that happened recently. So they're just playing on that fear.
And then he ends the call by saying, so do you want to sell your house?
Are you ready to list now before you get robbed?
Before you get robbed, are you ready to list?
That's basically what's going on.
So what do you guys think about that?
Man, all right. So the question is it or is it not ethical? And then we'll cover legal later. Maybe Ashley can give us some idea.
Yeah, I'm sure you
on
can
that.
chime in.
Is it or is it not ethical?
Absolutely not ethical in my viewpoint.
Yes.
What do you think of the realtor that calls you and tells you you need to sell your house before you get robbed? Everyone else is getting robbed. I mean, what's the first thing that goes through your mind when someone calls you and tells you that kind of stuff?
What is their actual intention? Why are they trying to terrify me? But the problem is, you got to remember that there's some people out there who've already got a little bit of fear in them.
Yeah.
So like the people that did get robbed, they've already got some fear. And now you've seen going it around, and now you've got this agent calling you and telling you how bad it's getting. They may be inclined to be like, well, yeah, I kind of do want to sell my house. So it will eventually work. But the question is it ethical? Should it be allowed? And I think that's what it really comes down to is there anything that he's doing wrong that can be looked at by Trek?
Olga, you've been in real estate for a while.
Yes.
I won't say how many years, so we
not talk about
so
that.
we won't date you on the show.
Yeah, thank you very much.
But what do you think about an agent that does that kind of practice? I mean, you have brokers, you have agents in your family.
Absolutely.
You know this kind of stuff.
And for me personally, the first thing I would do is really question someone that would call me and tell me that there's, all
Crime.
kinds of crime going on and stuff like that. And I'd wonder why she was calling me.
Mm-hmm.
So first of all, ask the question, why are they calling me? Because if they're that concerned, why are they willing to put that house on the market and bring somebody else into it?
Mm-hmm.
That's a very good point.
Why would they want to do that? So always question why they're so eager to put your house on the market. That would be number one. Number two is just, investigate yourself. Always investigate. What's going on? Is it really happening? And start doing something about it, because you can get active in your homeowner association and make it better and make a better neighborhood.
And that's actually what the post was about, because my mom actually sent me the post, and she basically said, well, this guy was saying, hey, I know there's been a rise in crime, there's a few actions that have been committed, but should we really be scared? And he mentioned the story about the agent, or should we take better steps to prevent the crime?
Exactly.
And so his post is basically a cry for prevention.
I really like the other way. I kind of think if I was that agent's broker and I heard that maybe he was doing that, I would say something like, hey, why don't you call them and give them some safety tips?
There you go.
And
ways that you can avoid getting your car broken into, or make sure that you leave your patio lights on at night, things like that. But to call someone, and I want to touch on something Olga said because it keeps resonating with me. You have to wonder, okay, so you want me to sell because the area is so bad, but you're going to stick some other family in this dangerous area. Like that sounds really bad when you put it that way.
Yeah, exactly. But I think he would have better results. He or she would have better results by calling and saying something like, hey, I just wanted to let you know this is what's happening in the neighborhood. Here's the 5 safety tips that myself and my brokerage would want to send to you. What's a good email for me to send those to you at? And now you collect the name, number, and email. Man, you're golden.
Provide home security
Houston.
workshop or
provide
something.
value
Provide
rather
value.
than just
Fear.
fear.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think what we're all in agreement on right now, and what everybody out there would probably agree with us on, is that it's providing the fear that is unethical.
That's
because
right.
you really shouldn't be driving people to sell their houses based on
Right.
someone else getting robbed
Yeah,
or them
exactly.
potentially getting robbed.
The motive. It's the motive
It's
that's
the
bad
motive.
on this one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because there's nothing wrong to be an agent and say, hey, are you interested in selling? Or even to say, hey, this area, the prices are going up or the prices are going down. Those are all things I think are easy to touch on.
Those are things that happen. Yeah. And crime happens, you
Yes,
guys.
correct.
Crime happens in the
No matter
best
where.
neighborhoods
That's
here
right.
in town.
Look
I
at
don't
that guy
care.
at West University that went shooting up everywhere.
Exactly. It doesn't matter where you live, crime happens. But
Yeah.
if you're that agent, you should be looking to provide some value. So hopefully that agent is watching us right now. Maybe one of our listeners will share this one with them out there. If you're that agent, I think you can do a better job by providing some value to
And
that
Manuel
client.
Mata says, using scare tactics is shady.
Yep.
I agree.
with that.
Yeah.
I agree with that. We have to take a quick commercial break. You guys are on the Realty Ruckus. When we get back, we're gonna be talking with Miss Olga Garza here
Uh-oh.
and the Houston Harris County Housing Authority.
Ooh, that's
and
hard to say.
what they offer for our consumers out there. We'll be right back. Stay
Got it.
tuned.
Look forward to it.
Did I get that back? Did I get that right?
It's well.
Hey everyone, this is David over at White Picket Realty, and I wanted to tell you about my friends over at Plans Express who can save you the headache of running your own permits. These guys are committed to offering a one-stop solution for all your plan and permit needs. They're proudly serving their friends and neighbors in the Houston surrounding areas, and they offer great service at an exceptional value. With dedicated professionals ready to serve, contact them today at 832-675-6217.
Hey Houston, this is Alan Hernandez, and I want to remind you guys to visit our friends over at Quest IRA to learn everything there is to learn about investing with your IRA. Now, if you haven't been over there recently, you have to check them out. They have free educational classes, networking opportunities, the ability to tap into $1 billion for your real estate investing deals. These are the guys to know when it comes to learning about this kind of stuff. You want to make sure you visit them and check them out over at www.questira.com. Again, that's questira.com.
Stop searching and start staying in the know with our Houston Real Estate Events page on Facebook. Follow us by searching at Houston Real Estate Events to stay up to date on the latest events for real estate in the Houston area. If you are interested in having your event on our page, please email me at david@whitepicketrealty.com. Again, that's david@whitepicketrealty.com. Non-paid events only. One more time, find us on Facebook at Houston Real Estate Events, and we'll see y'all at the next one.
What do you love about White Picket?
I love that we work together as a team.
I love being professional while having fun.
I love the innovative approach we take every day.
I love the support we get to grow our business.
We love White Picket.
And I love empowering the next generation of realtors to live life by their own design. If you're looking to grow, come grow with us. Email join@teamwpr.com. Again, that's join@teamwpr.com.
And we are back on Realty Ruckus. Remember that you can live messages on Facebook and Google. I get so thrown off.
You were going to say tweet.
I
You were gonna
tweet,
say
but
it.
we don't tweet anymore. We're
Wait,
done with
you don't-
tweeting.
you don't twat?
We
No,
decided
we're
that
done
Twitter
tweeting.
was going to be
Yeah.
dead in the next 2 years.
Yeah, I called it by 2020. Twitter will be gone. So what's the
Not
point?
soon enough.
Yeah, I know, right?
Wait, this is news to me. Why is Twitter going to be gone?
I think we just want it to be.
I think
gone.
I just want it to be
gone.
gone. There's
I mean,
too many
away.
avenues.
As long as we have a president that uses Twitter, we'll never be done.
I think that's the reason why we want it
I
to
think
be.
that's
I mean, the Donald loves the trend.
Yeah, he
loves
does.
The tweeter.
Yeah, I think he's the only one at this point. 'cause I
Yeah,
don't
we
know
said
anybody else that
2020
uses
it'll be like Donald and like a couple thousand followers of his, and that'll be Twitter.
Yeah.
He may as well just buy Twitter. Just change the name to like Trumper.
Hey, Trumper, that
So
sounds
we're
pretty
back
good.
from our break now, and we want to go ahead and jump into our conversation here with Olga. In case anyone didn't notice, Ashley just stepped into the studio as well. So I
did.
promised everyone
David morphed into
two
Ashley.
amazing guests today on this show, and David morphed into Ashley. It's like the Power Rangers. That's
Whose head is
David's secret. These guys are obsessed with this. They actually want to bring in a tape measure and
Yeah.
measure each other's
Yeah,
heads.
I know.
It's so ridiculous.
We'll leave it to the audience. How about that?
I had to move over.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, Olga.
I just met you. I know. Okay.
So actually, I do want to touch on something. One of our listeners during the break, Jim Inzer, said that the only thing needed to prevail for evil is for good men to do nothing. And he's actually saying, thank God that we're out there talking about things like this guy that's doing these fear tactics, because if somebody doesn't bring it up and start going against it, then it's gonna continue, and more people are gonna be like, oh, he's getting results, I'm gonna do the same thing. Next thing you know, you have an industry built around fear, and that just doesn't doesn't function well.
Well, that's what happens. You're absolutely right. So what happens is this guy calls enough people, and eventually he calls them and he says, hey, you got to sell because you got a bunch of crime in your neighborhood. You got to sell, you got to sell. And everybody, most of the people will be like, no, I really don't want to. I really don't like you. But every once in a while, there's that one crazy person that's like, oh, you're speaking my language. I'm ready to sell. He comes back to the office and he says, dude, I just got the next greatest listing. Check this out, blah, blah, blah.
And people say, how'd you get that listing?
How did you get that listing? Well, I just called everybody and I told them that they were going to get robbed if they didn't sell. Right? And all of a sudden now you got this slew of agents. Let's say most offices out there have approximately 20 to 50 agents. So he's going to speak. Yeah. He's going to speak to maybe 10 to 15 people on any given day. He's going to share that he did that, and now you have 10 or 15 people out there that are calling their people and saying, "Hey, you better sell because if not, you're going to get robbed."
I know.
It changes the industry when you have someone do that. So Jim is absolutely right.
Yeah,
I
really appreciate him saying
this
that.
Stuff.
Now I do have to ask this question. I don't mean to jump into Olga's segment, but since we have Ashley and he likes to talk about legal. Is it illegal or is it legal to do that? What that agent is doing, and just so let me. Do you know what we're talking about? Were you listening?
I was briefly listening.
Okay.
I was actually talking to your wife about a legal issue.
Oh, great!
And we may or may not bring that one up. We're not sure.
Bring that one up while we're on this show.
We need to talk about that one, Ellen.
Right?
So give me the synopsis real quick.
So you have an agent that's calling the entire neighborhood because the crime rate has gone up and saying you need to sell your house because because the crime rate's going up and you may get robbed or whatnot.
Is it a fact?
Instilling fear.
Is it a fact?
The fact is the crime rate is going up in the area, yes.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's just, put it this way. The truth is an absolute defense to everything. Now, is it ethical? No.
Okay.
I mean, what he's doing.
So you agree that it's not ethical?
It's not ethical.
Okay, good.
It's not ethical at all. But now, if the crime is going up, and you're sitting there calling somebody and says, "Hey, the crime's going up." I mean, it's just everybody knows the crime's going up.
It's time to sell.
I was going to say, how do you do that when crime's going up? It depends on the statistics that you're getting that determines that. If you don't have the proof, how do you go and say that it is ethical? When how could it be ethical unless you have actual proof?
That's why it's completely unethical because they don't have proof. They just say, "Hey,
they're just saying it."
Let's face it, crime is going up in America
Anywhere.
because every time something happens, you hear about social media. You hear
that's
everything
true.
like that. And
Very
so
true.
it's
That's
just
true.
now.
Exactly.
So everyone has to sell.
Everyone sell your
time
house.
to sell.
You're going to be rich.
I know, right? You guys better call me if you sell for sure.
I mean, it's just. I mean, I can't.
Right. Yeah.
Well, I just can't believe that somebody actually. It works.
Yeah.
I mean, you would never think that would work, but I guess it's just.
Another tactic.
I think it works to some extent. There is that one person that it'll work with, and it's rare, but it'll work. I think what we discussed earlier is providing value is going to give you a whole lot more opportunity.
Right.
But that's another side note. We want to talk about our guest who's here,
absolutely,
and the services that she's providing, and we're also going to cover one of the events that we're going to be on the panel
participating
together.
Yes,
we're going to be
correct.
participating on together. So which one do you want to cover first?
Well, first, let's start off by getting some background on Olga. I know that she's a legend, but some of our listeners may not be legendary enough to know who she is.
I'm going to tell you guys how legendary Olga is. How legendary Olga is.
I made you president of the United States.
Hey, I don't know if y'all can see, the viewers can see this, but she's actually blushing. She's actually blushing.
That means we're doing something right on the show, right? So you guys know that all of our viewers know that I am the current president for NAREP Greater Houston. Now, this organization has made a tremendous impact in our city, moreover in the nation, really. It's a 55 chapter it's 55 chapters strong with 28 pending new chapters. So
wow,
imagine
28 pending new chapters?
That's
28
amazing.
pending
New chapters of this. This is almost going to be a 100 chapter organization in the next few years.
Yeah.
And the goal of the organization is to provide sustainable Hispanic home ownership.
Right.
We do so by empowering the real estate professional.
Okay.
The founding president of the organization here in Houston is Miss Olga Garza.
God, wow, that's
amazing. She took on the bull by putting it together. She stirred the pot.
Can I ask a question?
Sure.
At that time, when you were founding NARREP here in Houston, now we know that Houston's one of the more Hispanic cities in the country, really.
Yes, sir.
How many chapters of NARREP were there when you were working on founding the Houston chapter?
Well, the organization, NARREP National, came down, and we had an organization called REAL, the Real Estate Association Latina. And at that time, they said, come join us. And we did.
Okay.
Okay. And then they decided they wanted to be independent. So I said, no, we have to be in that app so that we can be national.
Yeah,
to
absolutely.
make a difference and have a voice.
Right.
You know, little Houston's not going to cut it. So, so it was important to be with a national organization that has a passion like Alan does. He's an awesome president.
Thank
you. Yeah, that's awesome, man.
I got that on camera.
Nice little plug right there. We'll make sure and make that into a commercial.
Yeah. We're going to have to cut that part out and share it a few thousand times. No.
But he's also running for the board. And I've been in real estate, like you said, for some time, either as a realtor, a lender, a business development, and to me, a person that has a passion like Alan does. That's what it takes to be the president of an organization like NARREP. And so I'm real proud of it. Proud of that NARREP continues after 14 years.
Yep.
Sustainability.
And how does that feel? What does that feel like to look back now at an organization that you founded 14 years ago?
Oh my God, I started when I was 10. But no, really, I have to lie, okay? They can't see it. But anyway, that's another story for another day. So what I was going to say, though, but first of all, Alan, congratulations for throwing your hat in the ring and being a person that's going to run for the board for the HAR.
Yeah, thank you.
That, to me, we need people like you to represent the Hispanic community and not just the Hispanic, all the realtors, because of your passion and, ethics that he has, a very ethical person that you are, because I've had the chance to visit with you and talk with you one-on-one and know who you are and where you're coming from. So congratulations on that. And so with
I guess that means I have your vote?
Oh, you got it.
Hey, how funny she was like, well, I'm not sure.
No, I'm not a realtor. However, my husband, my son, and my other son, they're all three, so you got it.
My stepbrothers and,
That's right,
and my stepdad, yes.
That's right. They're
all right. Good
I
deal.
adopted him on the side.
I was like, wait a minute, I didn't know about this.
So tell us about
this
event that we're hosting. What are we hosting and what are we doing?
Okay. The Houston Housing Roundtable that's going to happen on June the 29th, and it's, I think, at 8 o'clock in the morning, 9 o'clock, and you get there at United Way. And we're almost sold out. And that's an awesome thing. But June the 29th. So we start nice and early. Alan and I will be panelists. So what we're trying to do is to bring professionals, B2B, right? Mm-hmm. And talk about what's out there in Houston. What are we doing? What kind of programs are out there to help our community grow and be better?
So this isn't a consumer event. This is really a professionals event to come out and figure out the programs that they can give to consumers.
Right.
Okay, excellent.
So there's a lot of realtors and lenders out there that don't even know about NARREP.
Yep.
They don't know about the different programs that are out there, like the one I'm going to talk to you about in a few minutes.
Amazing programs. I mean, we're going to be talking about the SEF program, which everyone wants to learn about.
The down payment assistance.
The down payment assistance. Fannie Mae is going to be there.
They got a great program.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at the lineup here, and you got a lineup of all stars, and you got a lot of really big banks that are going to be there as well.
Exactly.
Bringing their best resources, what they can provide to the lenders as well as the realtors out there who want to learn more about this and to be able to provide a better service.
Absolutely, and it is. It's going to be a great opportunity to learn more about your industry. I mean, we all have to learn constantly, where's our industry at? What are we doing today? Where are we at? I'm going to have a lot of statistical information about the program I'm going to tell you about in a few minutes. And so is the other organizations are going to be there, the Asian organization, the African American organization, the Hispanic organization.
So this isn't just a Hispanic event. This is an everybody event.
Everybody's invited, and we want everybody to come to learn and to become networking. Business to business means that we got business that we can work together and become. So I have happy to say that I'm helping them put this together and co-chairing.
If somebody wants to go to this event, where do they go to register and how do they get signed up for it?
Okay.
We're going to drop the link into the comments questions.
Okay,
and
excellent.
whatnot down below afterwards. But also Houston real estate events, I'm going to have them posted on there as well.
Yes, sir.
Now here's the thing.
Yeah, I've just got
they're
out.
almost sold out.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, they're almost sold out, and we have really barely started talking about the event.
So this is one of those like
June 29th.
underground got sold out events. You gotta
grassroots.
You gotta know someone to know someone.
Well,
yeah.
I mean, it almost feels that way because this morning we had a call right before we got into the radio show, and the one of the guys that's putting it together, he's like, "Hey, you guys may want to get your people in there now because we're literally we're gonna have to shut it down here in a few more days."
Wow, that's so cool.
Yeah. And it has to do with capacity. The room that we thought we had plenty of room, like double the size, is about completely filled up.
That's incredible though. That's great. I love that.
So that means that everybody's hungry for this information.
Yeah.
That's what it tells me.
Yep.
Everybody's hungry for what kind of programs are out there. What can we do to help our Houston market grow? So,
what's so interesting because I talk to a lot of people and the general consumers out there are not aware of any of these programs. They think they've got to have $25,000, $30,000 in the bank. They have to have spotless credit. And if you walk into a Wells Fargo or Bank of America, that's what they're going to tell you there.
Right.
Yeah.
They're not aware that there's other mortgage lenders and that all of these government-funded programs actually exist. And here soon we're going to be having to go jump into a break. But when we get back, I do want to talk about one of the programs that you actually brought in because this is an incredible program. We talked about it during the break. And this can get you so much money back on your mortgage in the form of tax credits, not tax deductions. These are actual tax credits.
Dollar for dollar.
Yeah, dollar for dollar. And I think that's amazing. So I do want to touch on that when we get back from the break.
Mm-hmm. We're going to be going on a quick commercial break.
Yeah.
Stay tuned. You're on the Realty Ruckus. We'll be right back. I forgot where we were going.
Hey everyone, this is David over at White Picket Realty, and I wanted to tell you about my friends over at Plans Express who can save you the headache of running your own permits. These guys are committed to offering a one-stop solution for all your plan and permit needs. They're proudly serving their friends and neighbors in the Houston surrounding areas, and they offer great service at an exceptional value. With dedicated professionals ready to serve, contact them today at 832-675-6217.
Hey Houston, this is Alan Hernandez, and I want to remind you guys to visit our friends over at Quest IRA to learn everything there is to learn about investing with your IRA. Now, if you haven't been over there recently, you have to check them out. They have free educational classes, networking opportunities, the ability to tap into $1 billion for your real estate investing deals. These are the guys to know when it comes to learning about this kind of stuff. You want to make sure you visit them and check them out over at www.questira.com. Again, that's questira.com.
Stop searching and start staying in the know with our Houston Real Estate Events page on Facebook. Follow us by searching at Houston Real Estate Events to stay up to date on the latest events for real estate in the Houston area. If you are interested in having your event on our page, please email me at david@whitepicketrealty.com. Again, that's david@whitepicketrealty.com. Non-paid events only. One more time, find us on Facebook at Houston Real Estate Events, and we'll see y'all at the next one.
What do you love about White Picket?
I love that we work together as a team.
I love being professional while having fun.
I love the innovative approach we take every day.
I love the support we get to grow our business.
We love White Picket.
And I love empowering the next generation of realtors to live life by their own design. If you're looking to grow, come grow with us. Email join@teamwpr.com. Again, that's join@teamwpr.com.
And we are back on Realty Ruckus. Remember that you can chat with us live on Facebook Live and YouTube Live, where if you ask any questions, we can answer them live during the show. Now we have in studio today Ashley Patton and Olga Garza, legendary founder of NAREP here in Houston. Now that we know a little bit of background, we can say those things.
Exactly.
So we just want to keep going on, jump into our conversation. So I'm just going to jump right in here.
So what we wanted to talk about is one of the programs that you offer and how amazing it is and why people should know more about it out there to be able to help their clients better. So tell us about this program.
Okay, let me begin. But first of all, this program, I've been doing it for the last 25 years. I believe in this program so much because it helps first-time home buyers or someone that hasn't owned a home in the last 3 years. I don't want to go into the technical aspect of it because you really don't need to. You need to know that you're going to get $2,000 every year when you that you're living in the house in your income tax return. A $2,000 credit. That's going to be unbelievable, $166.67 to be exact per month.
Now tell me about how this program works. Is this for new home buyers? Or?
No, buying an existing home or a new home, as long as the property for our program is in Harris County. But it excludes some locations, and I do want to share that with you. The locations it excludes is going to be the city of Houston, Baytown, Deer Park, Friendswood, LaPorte, League City, Missouri City, Pasadena, and Pearland. I can't cover those areas because I cover only Harris County, but believe me, MCC programs are everywhere. But once you learn about it, and it depends on where you're buying your home, that determines.
And MCC stands for Mortgage Credit Certificate.
That is correct.
Meaning you're getting your interest. Right?
Right.
You're getting the interest that you would normally pay on your mortgage. You're getting those back
as a tax credit.
As a tax credit.
Yeah.
Right.
How awesome is that?
Right.
Like I don't know if everyone else is understanding how this works, but tax credits for me are amazing.
Yes.
Because if you're having to cut a big check each year, and you get that $2,000 credit, that just means you're not gonna have to cut that much more.
That's right.
Yeah, and it's different than a deduction. So the tax credits actually go against what you owe in taxes, dollar for dollar. And that's what she meant by dollar for dollar earlier. Yeah. Because the deduction goes against your gross income.
Right.
And it lowers your gross income, but it doesn't actually go against your tax bill.
It doesn't deduct your tax
So
bill.
a $2,000, so you can deduct the interest.
Correct.
But that's not the same as a credit. A credit is way more valuable.
Money.
So this is $2,000, up to $2,000 every single year that you pay that much in interest.
And you live in the home.
And that could go on potentially for 15, 20 years, depending on how high
$10,000
your
in
interest
taxes at the end of the year. In this case, you get $2,000 in interest.
Yeah.
You'd get $2,000 off your taxes that year, basically.
You're going to get a $2,000 tax credit. They're going to give you a check for $2,000.
Yeah, so if you owe zero taxes, or if you've been paying,
you actually made $2,000.
Yeah, you actually make $2,000 back.
How awesome is that?
Yeah, I think that's an awesome program.
Now,
I love it.
Who is the client that uses this?
Let me also share with you what I love this program so much. You say, oh, well, this is a first-time home buyer program. That's for low income, right? Nobody's going to...
That's actually what I was going to ask about.
low income, 1 to 2 family members. One person just graduates from college and is making $60,000 a year. He can get this program. 1 to 2 people, $69,200. But if you're lucky and you have a child and it's a husband and wife and there's 3 people, you can make close to $80,000, $79,580. So that means that you qualify. If your income does not exceed those amounts and you're buying a house in Harris County, you can apply for the mortgage credit certificate with a participating lender. So that's real important. We can go into a lot of details about it, but the income is real important, the location of the property, and then getting this $2,000 every year. So in 5 years, just a quick 5 years, and you get $2,000 back. I'm going to get $10,000 back in interest that I paid. I mean, what better country to live in and to be able to do this? This program's been going on for 25 years.
And I'd never heard about it. That's what's amazing.
This is what amazes me, is that nobody knows about it. So
I'm like, I want my $10,000.
Yeah, right? I'm like,
where are they?
I haven't been getting my $2,000 every year. That's not fair.
So when you bring this to light to your listeners, you're doing them a service by bringing them this information, and you've invited me to come speak about it.
Yeah, I love it.
Because there's so many things that they can help the buyer buy a house or the seller sell his house, because you can get them to make $166 a month more. It's like getting an increase
So
in
is
your
this something
salary.
you apply for before you go out and get your mortgage, or as you're getting your mortgage?
As you're getting your mortgage.
Got it.
So you want it. So if they go to the website Harris County
HFC.
HFC.org,
Which I've actually put a link down below so that
Did
people
you?
can actually click it and they can go straight there
Fantastic.
from the comments.
Yeah,
If they
you
go
guys
to-
want to definitely check this out. 'Cause,
Absolutely.
I mean, you should. I mean, if you're a realtor, you want every person you sell a house to go and apply for this. This is a
Yes.
way for you to have your clients not pay the interest, but
Right.
receive them back. You receive a credit back. Now, how long do you get that back for? Is it for the life of the loan or just for the first?
for the
few
life
years?
of the loan, as long as you live there.
And
You
one,
can.
one other thing I wanted to touch on that because she explained this to me during the break. You can still deduct the rest of the interest you
right.
pay. So
Interest
it's not like you
deduction.
lose a deduction.
Right.
So you're
Wow.
really almost double dipping because you're getting a credit back
He
for
likes to double
2000.
dipping.
Yeah, and then
Wait,
you're
wait. So you get a chance to deduct the interest that you pay on your taxes.
The amount
After
that you
you
didn't get the
subtract.
credit for.
Right.
So
The amount you didn't get
yeah,
credit
you have
for.
to subtract the
Got
amount
it.
you got the credit for, but that's huge to get the credit.
Yeah.
But then you can still deduct all the rest of it because there's
That's
some
right.
government programs that once you get a credit, there is no more deduction.
That's right.
Period.
Right.
This one you can still deduct the rest.
This
Okay.
is really, really cool.
It really is. Okay, so there is a cost if you were to get the program, but I got a special going on right now.
Uh-oh. Got
But
special.
today-
It's
But
just
there's
your
more.
lucky
But
day.
wait, there's more.
what is the normal cost of it?
1% of the loan amount plus $75
Okay.
for the administration.
Got
but
it.
today, we've got,
What today?
we're going to give you $1,500 down payment assistance to anybody that applies for the mortgage credit certificate.
Nice.
Look at that.
So in other
doesn't-
words, if you
it
buy a
doesn't-
house at $150,000 or less, you pay nothing but $75 for
That's
the
right.
program.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's
Yes.
really awesome.
And that's our
Jabron,
special.
that's pretty good math. I'm impressed.
Do you see why he does the math for us?
I'm like, he just spit that out.
Yeah.
I'm impressed.
Well, my calculator tells me.
But that's, we do it, and this was just recently that changed in April.
Wow.
So I want to be sure that everybody knows that $1,500 is available. And what do you have to do to get that $1,500 is close your loan and then have a check there for you for $1,500.
Really?
Yes.
At the closing table.
At the closing table.
Are you listening to
That
this?
is so awesome, man.
Now, Olga, how long does it take to get qualified?
Great question. Great question. The lender, when they approve the loan, this is a companion to any loan,
Okay.
FHA, VA, or conventional, and that's it.
Wow.
There is, so if you fill out the paperwork, there is, of course, like the government, there is paperwork involved. That's why you have to go to a lender that understands the documents that need to be signed, because this is very legal. And going to a participating lender that understands the program, you submit your documents, and probably within 24 hours, you have an approval. It doesn't take 3 weeks or 2 months or whatever.
And I'm guessing what they're checking is just to make sure
Make
that
sure
you
that all the
qualify.
I's are dotted and T's are crossed.
just to
and
make
the
sure that
income's
you
there.
you meet the
Right,
income
right,
requirements
right.
and
Your property's
that you're-
located
Yeah.
in the
You're
place where
buying
it's
when
supposed
the
to be.
yeah.
Right.
Yeah, they do
Got it.
ask for your 3 year tax returns to make sure that you don't own a home and that you're taking advantage of the program. It's not for an investor, to say the least.
Yeah.
But really and truly, I don't understand why every single person that's not a first-time home buyer isn't using it. I can't comprehend
Now,
it.
we did get one question, and I don't know if you know the answer to this or not, but somebody asked, can you attach this to a USDA loan?
A USDA?
Yeah, USDA loan. The Department
it-
of Agriculture, like the land loans that they do.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, rural.
USDA. I'm not sure. I know that the rural we can.
Okay.
With the rural we
So there's a
can.
good chance. There's not
There's
a
a very good
guarantee,
chance,
but
yeah.
there's a good chance,
The
yes.
USDA,
So
yeah.
Sharonda, there's your answer.
Sharonda, and what
Yeah.
we'll do is we'll drop Olga's contact information
Yeah.
below,
Yes.
so that if you guys have questions about this
Call me.
program, you guys can contact her direct.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, this is something that I think every buyer should try to
Yeah.
take advantage of. That is awesome.
For you realtors, if y'all are listening, what a beautiful way to help someone use this program. And then at the end of the year, call them and say, remember when I gave you $2,000?
Yeah.
Would you imagine how much they would love you?
Yeah.
Calling them and reminding them that they get $2,000 back
Every
because of
year
you?
they get $2,000,
Trust me, they'll want it.
right?
So
They
awesome.
should be buying drinks at that point.
Yeah.
Not us.
Hey, I want to go to that. I want a Naomi.
I love it. I love it. All right, so this is for everyone out there who is not only selling loans, not just not only the lenders, but also for the realtors
Oh,
out
the
there
realtors,
to know about this kind of
Yes,
stuff.
let them know. Yes, absolutely, because they're the ones that can really drive it.
Yeah.
They're the ones that are going to drive this to happen. And
Now,
so
how difficult is it for a lender to sign up for this program if they want to offer their clients this
they
service?
could call me and I'll get them signed up.
There you
Oh,
go.
there you go.
Because I got another special for any lender that wants to sign up.
There you go. There you go.
What's the special?
I got another special. They don't have to pay the $1,000 fee to join. It's free until December. Whoa.
There you go.
Look at that.
Ding, 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 ding,
So,
ding, ding, ding.
all right, so we do get a lot of lenders that watch the show. So
seriously,
all
they
they have
can.
to do is call you. You get them set up. You
That's
get
right.
some paperwork done.
Right.
Maybe you like go over what paperwork they need to do.
They do. I train. They go through training. We do a webinar and we go through training so they can know how to fill out the forms. And
Now, real quick question. Can I drop this contact information into the comments for people to contact?
absolutely.
How much?
Okay.
How much of that is
Yeah,
sensitive?
I'm like, how much of this is sensitive that I don't want to?
Because like we have your like home address.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
we may get people to come visit you.
No, that's good. Everything
All
is
good?
correct. Yes.
All right,
Okay,
good.
excellent.
So we're gonna
I'm
drop.
gonna be sharing
we're
that
gonna
with
drop
everybody
Olga's
then.
contact information below in case you guys have any questions, comments, concerns. You can drop them down below as well, or you can also reach out to Olga directly and
Yes,
talk to her about how she
absolutely.
can bring this program to your lenders,
Yep.
to your clients, to anyone out there who's buying a house and
Absolutely.
could use an extra $2,000 a month.
Yes, sir.
Oh, yeah.
I'm ticked off. I didn't know about this seriously because
I know.
I'm like, where's my $2,000?
Yeah. I have people that call me that say, "Oh, my friends are so upset that the lender didn't tell them anything about this."
Yeah.
And I said, "Well,
The lender didn't know.
And this is one of those things that once you close your loan, there's no going back, right?
That's
You
right.
can't go back and buy into it later.
Right.
Yeah. So
How does this
Once
work?
it's-
Like, where does this money
That's-
come from? Who funds this?
The federal government, and matter of fact, at the very beginning, it'll tell you that the federal government is the one that, with the tax credits that are available for first-time home buyers, they have actually, like for the Harris County Housing Finance Corporation, they're the ones that appeal to the government to ask them that they want to be able to offer this program through Harris County. And so when they do that, then it becomes a Harris County program because they're the ones that initiated it. And then they hired us, Harris Housing Finance advisors, to take care of it for them. So we actually promote it, but it's through the government.
And I'm guessing
and
that-
they know everything you do. The IRS does.
They do. They do.
Well, I was going to say, I'm guessing this kind of works like every other government fund. If you don't use it, you lose it.
That's
type
right.
deal. So
Exactly.
you got to find a way to spend all the money that's allotted
That's
there.
right, exactly. And that's what we ask, is that take advantage of the opportunity and don't lose that, because it is an opportunity for them to. Can you imagine helping you with your payment of $167 each month?
Yeah.
That's what it equates to.
Mhm.
Or
That's
getting a
huge.
perk raise of $2,000.
Right.
And nobody's using it.
Yeah.
Not nobody, but there's not enough people using the
How
program.
many of these loans can you guys actually do on a monthly basis? How many do you guys think you could push through
Oh.
easily?
That's easy. I mean, it's 40, 50
Really?
a month. Yeah.
So
we
you
could.
have plenty of money sitting there for
Oh,
you.
yeah.
It's
we got-
sponsored by the federal
yeah,
government.
Yeah.
It's
come
unlimited.
on.
Yeah, unlimited pockets
there you
over
go.
there.
Come on.
Unlimited.
those are some deep pockets.
We
Oh,
got,
yeah.
we got
I've seen them.
yeah.
They're the deepest pockets.
That is awesome.
Well, no, we do. We have our bond issue that was issued to be able to get this, okay?
Yeah.
So then the MCC program does have a limit, but we've only used half of it, so we need the other half to go away.
So we need to. So what you're telling us is we got to help you spend some money.
Yeah,
Well, I've never
Use
had
it
a
or
problem
lose it,
doing
right?
that in my lifetime.
exactly.
You come out tonight to our event, you'll see us spending some money there. That's for
Oh,
sure.
that's right, for sure.
And we'll tell everybody about this too.
Absolutely.
We'll let everybody
Thank you.
know. Feel free to come out. We want to make sure that not only that our viewers know about it, but everyone else,
Sure.
else that's out there that is in real estate knows about this program and help Olga spend some money.
Hey guys, come
Come
on,
on.
we can do it.
She's got those federal government pockets.
I'm gonna give you money, $1,500, and then I'm gonna give you $2,000 every year for the life of the loan.
So Sharonda Hill, and one of the agents that watches our show, says, is it available in Humble and Kingwood or just unincorporated places in Harris County?
It's going to be Humble, absolutely, because it's
Okay.
Harris County. I've got Channel View. I know that's in Harris County. Gosh, there's a lot of areas. Some of Katy is in Harris County, not in Fort Bend. So best way to do is to call me, and I'll tell you how you can double check to see how you can make it happen.
Hey, I got an idea. I got an idea.
Uh-oh.
I got an idea.
You got to put me to work.
When he gets these ideas, you never know where he's going.
know.
So I'm kind of excited now.
It scares me.
This is a good idea. Because, how easy would it be to run like a quick Facebook ad and say, here's how you can make $2,000 a year in tax credits by buying a house. And then just target it to the areas where it applies to. And anyone that's like, hey, I'll take $2,000, boom, get them set up.
Jean, our marketing person, Jean Knapp, if you're listening, would you please?
Jean, if you want to call me, I'll help you get set up.
There we go.
I just want the clients. I'll take the clients, you guys, and I'll help you spend the money. How about that? Yeah?
Love
Deal.
the idea. Love the idea. Awesome.
How easy is that? All right, you guys, we got to take a quick commercial break. You're on the Realty Ruckus. Stay tuned. We'll be right back with Legal with Ashley Patton. Stay.
Hey everyone, this is David over at White Picket Realty, and I wanted to tell you about my friends over at Plans Express who can save you the headache of running your own permits. These guys are committed to offering a one-stop solution for all your plan and permit needs. They're proudly serving their friends and neighbors in the Houston surrounding areas, and they offer great service and an exceptional value. With dedicated professionals ready to serve, contact them today at 832-675-6217.
Hey Houston, this is Alan Hernandez, and I want to remind you guys to visit our friends over at Quest IRA to learn everything there is to learn about investing with your IRA. Now, if you haven't been over there recently, you have to check them out. They have free educational classes, networking opportunities, the ability to tap into $1 billion for your real estate investing deals. These are the guys to know when it comes to learning about this kind of stuff. You want to make sure you visit them and check them out over at www.questira.com. Again, that's questira.com.
Stop searching and start staying in the know with our Houston Real Estate Events page on Facebook. Follow us by searching at Houston Real Estate Events to stay up to date on the latest events for real estate in the Houston area. If you are interested in having your event on our page, please email me at david@whitepickettrealty.com. Again, that's david@whitepickettrealty.com. Non-paid events only. One more time, find us on Facebook at Houston Real Estate Events, and we'll see y'all at the next one.
What do you love about White Picket?
I love that we work together as a team.
I love being professional while having fun.
I love the innovative approach we take every day.
I love the support we get to grow our business.
We love White Picket. And I love empowering the next generation of realtors to live life by their own design. If you're looking to grow, come grow with us. Email join@teamwpr.com. Again, that's join@teamwpr.com.
And we are back on Realty Ruckus. Remember that you can find us on Facebook Live and YouTube Live, where if you chat with us during the show, we can answer your questions live on the air. Now, I'm really excited because I just saw that one of our biggest fans, who hasn't logged on to watch the show live in quite a while, he's been watching it not live, but he's live right now.
What?
Paul REI is on the show live right now, man.
Yes.
That's so cool.
We have missed you dearly, my friend. We've even not changed our commercials just because we know how much you love them.
They're so endearing to Paul until he gives me the thumbs up that we need to change them. We're not going to change them. This guy has the commercials memorized. Literally, it's awesome.
I love Paul, man. Hopefully we get a chance to see you tonight at the happy hour. Don't forget it starts at 6 p.m. We'll be there till about 8. Ashley, you coming out tonight? Are you hanging inside?
No, I'll be there.
You coming out?
Yeah.
Nice, man.
Yep.
It's going to be a good time. Almost 800 RSVPs. We may have exceeded those RSVPs by now.
Yeah, actually, I've been getting email dings this entire show like crazy. People signing up. So I'm pretty sure we're over 800.
I love it when we actually close the RSVPs down and then I start getting like private messages,
do you mean?
direct messages.
Oh, yeah.
I can't sign up. What? Where do I get my ticket? It's like, dude, you had like a month or two to sign up.
Yeah. No, Joe, it's been a month and a half since the last one. You had plenty of time. If you procrastinated until 5 o'clock or 4 o'clock on the day of, that's your own fault.
I know.
I
so,
agree.
all right. So we want to talk about how to keep a home inside the family, right?
And we want to do it quickly too.
Right. So I get a question today. It's like, okay, there is a lady and her husband who's over 65 years old, who's buying a property with daughter and son-in-law.
Okay.
Now, the daughter and son-in-law are going through some marital issues, which they may not know if they're going to be married. And the question is the parents are bringing in $500,000 cash. And how do you protect that money, number one?
Those are some really nice parents.
Well, I mean, it's just, and then they also want to keep their over 65 exemption. So can they do that with the children?
That's right.
Okay.
So the answer to your question is yes, you can do that, but you have to designate your ownership percentage. So in other words, you got to contact the appraisal district and say, hey, I own a third of the property, for instance, and 3 of them are going to hold property. Now, the father has got dementia, so he's going to be, quote unquote, a non-barring spouse.
Okay.
So they're going to basically not make him sign anything because obviously with dementia, he legally he doesn't have the legal capacity contract.
Right.
And so the question is how do they preserve that $500,000 if something should happen?
Yep.
And plus, if the property sells, they want to keep an equal ownership, but they also want to preserve their $500,000, in the investment.
Yeah.
And so the answer to the question is basically you create a deed of trust, a subordinate deed of trust to the mortgage, and that'll preserve the $500,000, and then you keep their ownership. So if the property goes up, each one of the parties would get a third, a third, a third. Now, their second question deals with what should happen if the parents die.
Yeah, which is, I think, that really comes up quite a bit.
Yeah, because I see that often.
If we pass away, how do we know that our daughter is going to be the one keeping the house and not daughter and son-in-law? And if they decide to divorce, then son-in-law takes $250,000 that we put into it.
That's exactly right.
Yeah, I hear that a lot.
Yeah, so the deed of trust will actually protect that because even though you can create the deed of trust where it requires no monthly payments, and so if the house should ever sell, that first $500 gets taken off the top, and they split the rest of them.
I see what you're saying.
Oh, got it.
I see what you're saying.
Okay.
Now,
so what you're doing is you're creating a deed of trust, essentially a lien, right?
That's exactly right.
Right, and that's how you're preserving those original $500,000.
Right.
Now, is there any other way to set something like that up? What about like putting the house into a trust?
Well, if you put it into a trust, then you can't get the homestead rights.
Yeah.
The only time you can get your homestead rights on a trust is if the trust actually says that they have the right to live in that particular property, and the trust spells out that they don't have to pay rent for it. If it spells that out, they can still get the homestead exemption. So the trust is an avenue. It is a way, but it's more complicated. It's costly. I mean, to go to a trust lawyer, you're going to be out $2,000, $2,500, $5,000.
Yeah, minimum. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And what is it going to cost you to get a special deed of trust written up for something like that?
Well, a special deed of trust is $300.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm the cheapest lawyer I know. So, I give away my services like, hey, here you go.
Yeah.
Where's your card?
Oh, you need a special deed of trust? Here you go. Toss them all like M&Ms over there.
Yeah, right.
Exactly.
Who else needs a deed of trust? he's got one of those like air guns like at the basketball games, shooting out deeds of trust.
That's what he does at his events.
Oh my gosh.
Speaking of events, let's talk about some of the events that
Yes, let's get into events because we're running out of time.
I can't believe how fast this show has gone. It's
Wow.
crazy.
It's your fault.
Well, you've been here an hour. Can you believe it?
I know I can't.
It's crazy how that works.
Gosh.
All right,
What
so
you do with
first
the time?
off, today, big event. That's the White Picket Realty Happy Hour, co-sponsored with Jet Lending, and Patton Law Firm will be there as well, also as one of our main sponsors. So, guys, make sure you get your RSVPs now because we really will have to actually stop them here just shortly. Once we reach that 800 mark or pass it, we're pretty much done because we will get kicked out of there. St. Arnold's won't keep us there.
There will be no more beer.
Yeah, exactly. Next Monday, we have Broker Responsibility. That's a class that's going to be hosted at Adelaide Home Warranty. Rob Cook, awesome guy, is going to be teaching the class. So you may just want to sign up just to go hang out with Rob Cook. And I know that's probably my reason for going to that
It'll be
class.
pretty entertaining. I can tell you that.
Exactly. On the 20th of this same month, we're going to be on the panel for DOS. I don't know if you've heard of DOS, but DOS is going to be a new program that's going to be launched for real
software.
estate. It's a new software that's going to be launched. And actually, we're going to be on a panel talking about where real estate is going. And it's going to be myself and several other brokers here in town.
That's going to be very interesting.
Different level of brokers, different size brokerages. So what we're going to do is we're going to talk about where real estate agents are going, what do they want, what are they looking for, and where we think real estate is going all together.
What is the launch date for DOS?
Say that again.
When is the official launch date?
I believe it's already launched. I think it's already.
I think they did a soft launch. I don't think they did a hard launch, but I think they're doing a hard launch later this year, from what I understood.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So we have that event. All right. On Wednesday, we're gonna be having a super secret ninja rockstar social media workshop here for our agents. You like the name of it?
Super secret
Ninja
rockstar.
Social media rockstar.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's the name.
I love it.
I'm not kidding.
I don't even know how you become that, but I'm gonna be there just to become that.
The cool thing is I'm going to be teaching all of our agents on how to become super secret ninja social media rock stars. And what happens in this class is we get a chance to make all of our social media connect with one another. We set up everything to speak to each other, and within one day you get a chance to be on the first page for typing in your name on Google. Have you ever tried typing in your name on Google?
Oh yeah, all the time.
If you're on the first page, you've done things right, but a lot of us aren't. And we found a way to actually get everyone there in one day. So we're going to be teaching that to our agents, make sure they know about it.
And we are opening that up to the public. However, you have to be invited by one of our agents.
Yes.
So that's the catch.
That's
Come
an
out to the happy
invite only.
hour. Find one of our agents and say, I want to be at the Super Ultra Ninja
Super
Rockstar
Secret
Kung
Ninja.
Fu Muay Thai Social Media Expert
Jabron, you're better with
Workshop.
math than you are repeating Alan's names.
That same day, it's going to be Jet Lending and Renters Warehouse. Their big event will be happening over at Redneck Country Club. On the 27th, there's Capital Concepts. Capital Concepts has moved over to, what's the name of the
Kirby
place?
and Chapman.
Kirby and Chapman.
Really nice
Love
place.
that place.
Really
That's
nice
one
place.
of my new
Beautiful
favorite
place,
places. And then, of course, Olga and I will be on the Houston Housing Roundtable on the 29th. You'll get all that information down below, as well as the Houston Real Estate Events Facebook page. Make sure you hit follow on that page so you are up to date on all of the events that are happening here in Houston, why you should be there, because you want to help your business grow, and that's what we're here for as well. So thank you guys very much for joining us on the Realty Ruckus. It's been a great day. We'll see you in a few hours at St. Arnold's Brewery. Come out and celebrate with us, have a beer with us, and we'll see you next time. Have a good one.
Thank you.
Bye. Thank you.
This has been the Realty Ruckus. Make sure and join us every Tuesday and Friday for new episodes. Find us on YouTube and Facebook for replays of previous episodes. And as always, keep elevating yourself and keep up your ruckus. Thanks for listening. Realty Ruckus has been brought to you by Smart Pig Media Productions.